Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back again with a new video. Team List Tuesday has just dropped. We're going to go through the biggest team list news and then roll that into my new Supercoach team reveal before the lockout. I'm not too fully convinced. I've been bouncing around on my Supercoach team ever since I put my team reveal up, but there's not too many changes there, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm probably going to put a timestamp down the bottom of the video here for you guys to check out when my Supercoach team reveal is, if you want to jump past all the team list news and just go see my team list reveal. So, with first news out of the weekend, we have no Nico, which is massive news. He has come down with a calf injury that could bring him out day to day. So he's definitely a watch to see how he goes. Whether he'll probably play next week, who knows? I do expect him to play next week though, but that is massive news for the weekend. It's massive news for Supercoach players. Next up, Anthony Milford is playing reserve grade for the time being, and Isaiah Katoa has been handed the keys next to Sean O'Sullivan for the Redcliffe Dolphins, or the Dolphins. You know, they're Redcliffe Dolphins to me anyway. Massive news for Katoa fans. Hopefully he goes really well. I got him in my Supercoach team, so I'm really excited for him this season. Next up, and for me, this is massive news. We got no Greg Marju playing on that edge with Kalen Ponga and that. By the looks of it, he is not in the squad at all, so possibly comes down with an injury. Who knows? Now they've got Heimel Hunt in that position, so I'm not too sure how they will look out there. I'm sure Heimel is in good stead there, being next to Bradman Best and Kalen Ponga. As a Warriors fan, I was so much more scared of watching Greg Marju tear up my team than maybe someone like a Heimel Hunt tearing up my squad. And going off the Titans game last year, where Greggy Marju just pretty much took us to town the first Titans game of the season. Yeah, it got me really worried playing Greg Marju this week, but now I can kind of get that little sigh of relief out, unless out of nowhere he just comes into the squad. But by the looks of it, he is not coming into the Knights left edge. Suni Turuva has locked up that wing role for the Penrith Panthers, and this is massive here. This is massive news because there were so many other names getting thrown up in this discussion, but they've went with Turuva, who they've been putting a lot of time into for the first grade squad. So I'm really excited for Turuva there. He's definitely brought into my Supercoach team because of it. Selwyn Cobbo starts at fullback for Reece Walsh, who has come down with a facial injury, so Reece will most likely be back in round 2. Probably wouldn't be too much of a Supercoach play to go Selwyn Cobbo unless you really rate Selwyn Cobbo on the wing, and he's going to get a really good score for the first game, hopefully. But against the Panthers, who knows? Dury and Bryce Cartwright are getting those edge roles for the Eels for the time being, but we are just waiting on whenever Sean Lane comes back and Ryan Madison comes back. So for me, I did have Dury in my squad. Now I'm kind of flipping on Dury a little bit. I reckon even if, you know, this weekend may see Jack Murchie play a little bit more minutes there too. So I reckon they're going to play very balanced minutes judging by their bench. Definitely a player to watch, but I won't be having him to start my season in Supercoach, only because there is definitely so many things to go around him. When Ryan Madison comes back, he's most likely going to steal that spot. Franklin Pele and Jacob Preston get those starting spots on the bench due to Luke Thompson coming down with a injury that could put him out for the whole season from all the rumors I've heard. There is other rumors that are minimum 6 months, which is it's just a massive blow for the Bulldogs. Well, my heart goes out to Luke Thompson. You got Fayamanu Brown playing in that 13 role. I'm not too sure how long that goes for. He's a very undersized 13 in my opinion. You know, he could do a good job, but I do think that they'll look in other directions later on. You still got Jackson Topine there too, so I'm not too sure whether Jackson Topine will end up getting a spot sometime soon either, so definitely watch out for that name. Pasami Sola has taken the spot off Josh Papali'i, but no, don't wait on that. Josh Papali'i is only out with an injury for 1 week from what I've heard. This is coming from NRL.com. He is back in round 2. Maybe round 3. So he's definitely not a pick for me in Supercoach, honestly, because if you look at that bench, they still got Corey Horsburgh, they got Gula, they got all these middles sitting on that bench. I don't see too many minutes for Solo there unless he goes out and kills it. But judging by the last 2 trials and that, I didn't see too much out of him that's going to make him Supercoach relevant. He's a very big boy and all that sort of stuff, but I didn't see anything too crazy. I'm not too sure. He's definitely a watch for me for the first game of the season. If I do like what I see, I may downgrade a couple of boys to him, but yeah, I'm not too sure at the moment. I'll let him just be a Ricky Ball. I can't do it. And no Johnny Bateman, so Sean Bloor has got the starting role for the Tigers. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Johnny Bateman comes in for a last minute change. Shawnee Bloor may get a bench role and Kapoa might drop out of that bench role there, but then again, if Kapoa plays, I'm really interested to see how he plays in the middle there. He could be definitely relevant. He's very fast-footed. He's an edge back row, or he's a center winger that's come into most likely going to be a middle player there. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. But at the moment, Sean Bloor has got that starting role. I'm not too sure. There's a couple of flags there for starting the season, But there's so many flags for everyone. Like, I've been looking in my Supercoach squad going, fuck, like, who do I put in this and that? Sean Bloor, obviously, he can get those minutes there. But, you know, with Joe O looking like he's getting that 13 role, but like by the looks of it, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. So, moving on to my Supercoach team, we have Sini out, Tommy Talau in. Sini did not get that starting center role that I tried to predict. Now we got Mike Acevo and Bailey Simonson coming into the squad. Sini is out, Tommy Talau is in. Tommy Talau has locked in that starting role for the Tigers. So lock and loaded, I'm going with Tommy Talau. Isaac Thompson to Brian To'o. This one was a weird one. I just kind of wanted to go, like, obviously it's a big price jump and all that sort of stuff, but Isaac Thompson has a couple of flags for me. Obviously, you got Tane Milne waiting there when he comes back off suspension. And then Brian To'o is just a more consistent Supercoach player for me. So definitely the way I wanted to go to start the season, especially with the next news with Nico Hines out and Sammy Walker is in the team. This has freed up so much cash for me, but I am looking at bringing in Nico Hines back, especially depending on how he goes later on this year. When the prices change and all that sort of stuff, I will be looking at moving Sammy Walker out, Nico Hines in. He's probably going to be my option to move Nico Hines back into that spot. Joshy Schuster to Isaiah Katoa is another option I just went with. So Isaiah Katoa, definitely cheap as chips. Joshy Schuster out for the first game of the season. They had the round 2 bye, most likely back for round 3, but who knows? That calf injury could be lingering. So I'm going to be running with Isaiah Katoa for now. But Joshy Schuster could definitely fill in for Sean Bloor if anything happens with that sort of situation on my bench for second row spots. Dury for Preston for now. This is one that could change all the way up to lockout. I've been playing around with my squad for like so long now. So Dury is out, but Preston for me has perked my interest just a tiny bit. I reckon he's going to get some decent minutes, but these are all like I reckons. They're not like I don't have it for sure. I'm going with Preston because he is bottom dollar. And with whatever score he can pull out on the weekend, he is going to end up raising some cash. So I'm definitely going there. Ray Stone to Sean Bloor. Again, I've given you my red flags for Sean Bloor. I'm not too sure what the go is there, but I do think he's just in better stead than Ray Stone for the price. I'm going to go with Sean Bloor because he's got a lot of potential and all that sort of stuff. So he could end up snagging a starting role. Who knows? And then see how that Tigers team runs out. Even if he gets on the bench, maybe he can get some nice minute rolls, but I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure. I'm up in the air with Sean Bloor right now. Kepi to Moale. You had Pasami Solo come in through the Raiders starting squad, but I just can't go him. And I think Moale is definitely the safest pick here. I think he's just going to get more minutes. I know Shaq Thompson and all that's on the bench, but by the looks of the Rabbits front row rotation, I think Moale is going to get some decent minutes this year, and he's got a really nice PPM. So I'm definitely running with him over Kepi. Kepi was a bit overpriced, like not overpriced, but 275 to what Moale's 234. Definitely freed up some more cash to play around with to get that Brian To'o or something like that. So that is where I went with my team. Tommy Turbo is starting this weekend as well. I'm really excited to see Tommy. Yeah, I'm really excited for the Supercoach season. Hopefully we go well this year. If you enjoy this sort of content, please make sure you like and subscribe. I will be doing a Supercoach update week by week. We're in for a massive season. I'm so excited. So hope you guys enjoy. Up the wires. Enjoy your weekend of footy. Peace out, guys.